I'm Rachel Scoltock, Angel Medium, and on Angel Monday we bring through the guidance for the week ahead from the angels. We'll do a little energy report about what's going on with the energy at the moment. We'll talk about how the angels can help you with your sensitivity and your Lightworker mission, and I'll pull you some cards from a couple of angel decks so that we can figure out what's going on and how to best utilize this energy. So, sorry it's a little bit later again today, but had some stuff going on this morning, so can't always, what do you say, life happens, right? There's things happen and you have to make them a priority sometimes. So it's lovely to connect with you. I'd love you to say hi, tell me where you're from, where are you watching from? Because this is Sunday night and Sunday afternoon in the US and Canada, and I think it's probably late at night in Europe and in England. Well, I know it is because I'm from England. And it's morning time in Australia. So let's start with the angel messages. The first thing I want to say to you is that you may have noticed the energy is extra intense at this time. And one of the reasons for that is that, well, there's a couple of things going on, but one of those things is that the Lion's Gate portal is open. So this is an astrological transition that coincides with the beginning of Leo season, which is why it's called the Lion's Gate. Happens every year, but this year it's a little bit more, I guess every year has a different kind of feel to it, and this year it certainly is very intense. So Lion's Gate opens between around the 22nd, 23rd of July, and it closes on the 14th of August. And the energy of it peaks on the 8th of August. So between the sort of 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, you've got some really heightened energy from the Lion's Gate. And it's when there are certain planets start to, so the sun and the stars and planets. So the sun, Sirius and Orion's belt all go into a certain alignment, which is like an opening of a gateway. And that streams extra light energy, cosmic energy, to planet Earth. And for centuries, ancient people have celebrated this. That heightened energy and power is something that we, as people who are conscious of energy and who, we are in physical body, we can direct that energy in the way that we want to. So, we can do it for the highest good of all. So we can use it to heal the planet, to heal others, but we can also use it as manifesting power to really increase the energy and power around the things that we want to create and manifest in our own lives. So I think when we get together and do things like this, both as light workers, to do it for the highest good of all, like that's very powerful, but also in a group, when you do manifesting in a group, when there's an important astrological transit like this, it really makes a big difference. So I'm running an event for this on the 5th of August, the Lion's Gate Angelic Activation with Archangel Ariel and Archangel Raziel. And it's next Friday, the 5th of August. So I'll pop the link in the comments so you can go over and have a look at that in your own time. It's 57 Australian dollars, which I think is around 38 American dollars to join. And you can get the replay, or you can watch it, come and see it live on Zoom. So I'm really excited about it because it doesn't just feel like a gateway to me this time. It feels also like there's a line in the sand being drawn, and you might be sensing that too, which is why there's this intensity, because the universe and our angels are really pushing us to make those long-awaited changes. And you might be noticing it in your life where you've kind of hit this point of no return, where you have to make a decision that maybe you've been putting off, or you just feel, I can't stand a minute longer in this job or in this relationship or in this town. I have to go, I have to move. And it's not just you having to make that decision, you can feel you're being pushed. And so when you are in your power, you're empowered around this stuff, it becomes less stressful and it becomes more of a smooth movement from where you are to where you want to be. And you can make giant leaps at times like this. That you don't have to go through all the struggle and the hardship and start again. It's not like, starting a new job. You don't have to start at the bottom of the rung. You're starting your own business, spiritual or a healing business. You don't have to start you know, with 0 clients, you can use this energy to really set clear intentions and attract in what you really want. So I'm excited about this event, and especially when we're working with the angels. So hi Cara from Texas, beautiful, lovely to have you here, lovely to see you again. And Narelle in Columbati, just down the road, where the kangaroos are hopping and the birds are tweeting. That sounds like a song. Hi Paula, hi. So how are you feeling in this energy? Are you feeling more sensitive than usual? Do you feel like your psychic vibes are more switched on? Are you getting, are you feeling more like, okay, the foods that I can't eat and the people I can't hang out with feel more harder to deal with than usual? You know, sometimes we can get away with things, and other times it's like the universe says, no, you can't do that anymore. You know you can't. And so the reaction, the energy that we feel as a result of doing what isn't right for us just shows up a bit more harshly, I think. And that's, of course, what your intuition is all about, and why we do have heightened sensitivity, because we're meant to be listening to that. We're not meant to be listening to what everyone else is doing, what everyone else thinks we should do, what the expectations of the world are. We're meant to be listening to our own inner GPS. And when you've got heightened empathy and sensitivity, that's your intuition on the highest volume, right? It's up to 11. And so your body, your emotions, your mind, everything is telling you what is good for you and what isn't good for you. And if you can sort of tune out all of that negative chatter that there is in the world about what it means to be an empath, and understand that it just means you've got a special life purpose. That your purpose, if you've got empathy, you've got that heightened sensitivity, that purpose involves you using your intuition, your clairvoyance, developing it into clairvoyance, claircognizance, clairsentience, clairaudience, hearing, so that you can become a leader in a way and help other people, or help animals, or help the world in some way. And you listening to those messages and figuring them out is part of your purpose. That's part of your Lightworker mission. That's, you know, people who have a distinct life purpose usually know that they're here for a reason. They get that feeling like, I'm meant to be doing something. I want to leave my mark. I want to change the world. I want to make the world a better place. You already have that. You know, you might not know how, but you do know that that's part of you. And not everyone has that, right? Some people feel like they want to do something meaningful, or they might find something that gives them a sense of purpose, but they're not born with that knowing of like, okay, I know I'm here for something. And so when you're born with that knowing, you will be guided to it, but you have to listen. You have to start to tune into those messages and that guidance. And even, you know, I hear this sometimes from my students on my programs, my intuitive development program, my angel communication program. Is they say, yes, but I've made this decision to set up my healing business, or I've made this decision to walk, you know, to do what I feel like I'm here to do, but I feel like I don't know how I'm going to do it. And I always say that angels won't just abandon you at any point on the path. They'll keep guiding you. You've got to keep following those intuitive clues, those signs, that guidance, listening to your own body and your sensitivities. And when you listen and you follow that guidance, that's how your life starts to move in the direction of your dreams. That's how you start to feel like, okay, I'm living with purpose. And so everyone has, you know, purpose to learn soul lessons. Sometimes we have a purpose to meet a certain person, maybe marry them, or spend time with them, or it doesn't always have to be your partner in love and life. It can be like a dog, it can be a best friend, it can be a special parent or uncle or auntie relationship. We've all got those kind of purposes, and we've also got purpose that our soul has come here to learn something, to do something. And then Lightworkers have a sort of a bigger purpose that you might call a cosmic or a global purpose, where you're here to serve the greater good as well. And as I said, you probably know if you've already got that. Let me know in the comments, do you feel like you are a Lightworker? Do you feel like you've got Yes, Cara, I was thinking of you. Yeah. And do you feel like you're doing it, or you're on the way to doing it, or you've got your feet on the path? And so when we have these moments like this, you know, the Lion's Gate, when the energy is more intense and we're like, oh God, give me a break, will you? It's actually just shining the light. It's like the angels are like, okay, we've really got to beam a spotlight on those next steps for our light workers. We've really got to make the truth come to the surface so they know what to do next. And so at times like these, you get guidance for you, your life, your health, your well-being, you know, because that's all included in your life purpose. You can't sort of run yourself into the ground and be unhealthy and do a good job being of service to the divine, right? It's all part of it. The angels will work on those things with you. You've got to do the little steps, but you also get given spotlight on your Lightworker mission. And sometimes that Lightworker mission purpose thing, you might get little missions to do. It's like, okay, like, you know, while I was in England, there were certain things I was told to do around meditating in some of those sacred sites I went to, that to make a connection while I was there. And that, you know, that felt really good to do that. I didn't make a big deal of it and say, hey, I'm here to, you know, I just did the thing that my angels told me to do. And then you might get a bigger purpose mission where it's like, okay, you've got to set up a business. You've got to, you know, maybe set up a charity. It will be a big purpose thing. So you sometimes get those little one-off missions, and you also get big things to do. And that's partly why I'm running the event on Friday next, because I know there's so many of the people that follow me, you are light workers, and you do have those missions and that purpose, and that's what you want, you know, it fills you up. So part of that is that we're going to go on a journey to meet Raziel and Ariel, the archangels, to connect with your Lightworker mission of what is coming through for you at this moment. Exciting, hey? All those things. Yes, Paula says yes too. Yeah. And you feel like you're on that track. All right. So we're going to work with Archangel Michael today, because I feel like I'm on a bit of a mission at the moment, a bit of a personal mission that also links into my bigger purpose. And I think when we work with Archangel Michael, it helps us to be really clear, because he's really loud, and also helps us to calm our fears, you know, because fear can come up when we're making big changes. So we're going to call in Archangel Michael and Archangel Ariel, because Ariel is part of the Lion's Gate transit, which is just, you know, that gateway is open right now. And I'm going to start with the Archangel Michael card. So we ask and invite the presence of Archangel Michael and Archangel Ariel. Thank you for guiding us this week. Thank you for protecting us and giving us the clearest steps that we can possibly receive in order for us to fulfill our mission and to have a peaceful, joyful week. Okay. So Archangel Michael, as you know, he carries the sword of light, which helps us sever cords and attachments. And he also is the best to call on if you're feeling afraid, vulnerable, stressed, because he clears that fear away. He radiates the most intensive light. Okay, so I'm bringing you 3 cards from Archangel Michael, and then we're going to do the power to radiate. I think I'm going to give you 1. So Archangel Ariel is stepping forward for this one. There we go. All right, so we'll start off with Archangel Michael, and I haven't used these cards in a while. Look, here we've got Archangel Michael, and he's painting an image. And this is really showing you as the creator of your experience, right? You get to say yes or no. You get to follow your guidance or not follow. You get to decide, right? Decision making is manifesting. So in the bigger picture, like, what are you manifesting for your life right now? How do you want to see your life unfold in the next year, 5 years, 10 years? Also, in the smaller picture, if there are things that you don't like in your life right now, Archangel Michael's reminding you that you can rub them out. You can decide not to do them. You can clear them. So this is a card about your personal power and to remember that you're co-creating. So this week, make it a co-creation with your Archangel Michael, Archangel Ariel, and your guardian angels to manifest what it is that you want. So with the Lion's Gate just opening, when was that? On Saturday? Friday, Saturday? Now is the time for you to start drawing the picture of what it is that you really, really want to bring forward. What are you calling it? I started a vision board on my phone the other day. So awesome. It was an app. And honestly, so quickly, the things that I asked for, some of them have already arrived. So this is what this is about. The message of the card is you've created it, so you have the power to change it. So if there's something you don't like going on, go, okay, I need to change my thoughts. I need to change what I'm asking for. I need to change the way I'm reacting to things. So manifesting this week. The guidance card. All right, this is very clear. This is talking about you needing to realize that there are certain things in your life that just aren't working. And you don't have to accept them. Remember, you're the artist, you're the creator. You don't have to accept them. Maybe you've been justifying something for too long, you've been too good at being resilient and handling the heavy stuff, that you've just forgotten that it actually is all a sign that you need to choose something different. You need to make a new decision. So remember, this week's about decisions, and that's actually what they told me when I first started this morning. Decisions. So it's time for you to start exploring your options about what's possible for you, and don't limit the universe, don't limit the angels, right? You can say, oh, I can't do that, it's too expensive. Oh, I can't do this. No, but we then argue for limitations of ourselves in the universe, and we keep ourselves stuck and small. So many people stay too long in toxic relationships, toxic situations, because they've got blinkers on about what they believe is possible and what they believe can and can't happen. We live in an infinite universe. Infinite possibilities exist where there seems to be no path, no door, a path will open for you, but you are the one that has to make the decision about what you want and what you think is possible, and to ask for it, to call it in, to affirm it. So what are you putting up with that really isn't honouring you and where you want to be and what you want to do? What are you putting up with? What are you accepting and thinking, oh, this is the way it has to be? You know? How are you holding, what are you doing there? All right. I like to get you thinking. Explore your options, because you don't have to put up with it. You don't have to. And there's way more available to you. I can hear Archangel Ariel, because she's the angel of abundance, right? There's way more available to you than you believe. You just need to uplift your thoughts, your belief in yourself. Outcome. Look at this. The angel is shooting, oh my gosh, it's like a Superman thing. Look at all the light. That's indicating you going up, right? Raising your vibration. Success, happiness, joy. Above the kind of stuff that you don't want, you're going towards what you do want. Success is possible. You need to trust yourself. You need to trust the universe a little bit more. A lot more. This is about having faith, because the faith will lift you up. Now don't forget that this is an outcome card. So we've got from exploring your options to, you know, start to say, okay, I don't need to put this up with this anymore. This is not going to be my story. This isn't going to define me. What story are you telling yourself? And then this is the outcome. You start to move forward. But faith is key. Having faith in the universe. Too many people don't have any faith. They just don't believe that. They don't believe in that life can be better. They don't believe that there is anyone or anything helping them. Now your card from Archangel Ariel is a card of abundance. This is the Four of Earth. She's the queen. Look at the beautiful white feather in her hair. So it's a sign your angels are working with you. She's handing over some money. She's got her purse out and she's about to buy this gorgeous emerald green ring. And this is about, and this is an Archangel Michael card actually, it's about managing, it's about, okay, you might feel like you haven't got enough to have the things you want, to do the things you want. You know the saying, rather than I'll believe it when I see it, is believe it first and then you'll see it. So the angels aren't telling you to go out and buy a diamond ring and pretend you've got enough money in your bank account. But if you can start to get your belief up and start to invest your time and energy properly, then it's not going to be very much time before, you know, use the diamond ring as a metaphor, that you will have the abundance, the money, or it might just be delivered to you. Someone might give it to you. This is about understanding, making good decisions, and really being clear about what you want and seeing that energy exchange. It's coming for you. But if you sit in disbelief, you're just keeping it over there forever and ever. So I love that. It really brings it down to the grounding. The green in the card reminds me of Archangel Raphael, who helps us with healing. We did a beautiful healing on Friday with Raphael at the Divine Healing Attunement. And that was very much about lifting your thoughts. You know, he did what we call psychic brain surgery on us, not as harsh as you think, just pulling out that toxic energy of thought that keeps us in low self-esteem and low self-belief. So I love that for you. I think it's beautiful. So let me know if you've got any questions, how you feel this is relevant for you. And remember, call on these archangels this week. Archangel Michael for protecting you, giving you the courage to step into your life purpose, helping you to sever toxicity from your life. So that can be, you know, you can cut the cords with situations you want to let go of before you let go of it. That helps give you the courage, but also detaches you emotionally, because sometimes we keep ourselves stuck because we get attached to that way of being, you know. We tell ourselves stories about it. You know, I can remember years ago when I was changing my business, and I had to make changes in my business. I had to change some of the services. I was done with some of the things I was offering. I needed to put my prices up because I wasn't thriving with that. And my old self was giving me all this guilt. It was like, oh, you can't do that. You're going to lose clients, and people won't be able to afford to come and see you, and that's not very spiritual, and all these ridiculous things that didn't come true. But the alternative for me was that I would have had to go and get a part-time job or something in order to my business to survive, and then I'd have been too tired to serve the amount of clients that I was seeing. So it was just a no argument. I just had to put my prices up. So I put my prices up to a reasonable thing that allowed me to have plenty to pay my bills and plenty to share and to spare. I love that affirmation. And what happened? More clients came to me because I wasn't underpricing myself, which makes people think you're not very good. That attracts people who are energy vampires, who, you know, say, let me pay you next Tuesday, never do. I found I had more energy to give my clients because I wasn't drained from doing, you know, 150 clients a week. That's an exaggeration. But, you know, 25 clients a week is too many when you're doing energy work and psychic work. And so that old me was attached to the idea that I was some kind of charitable organisation that had to give and give and give and not receive anything in return, and oh, what a martyr. And that wasn't serving me, and it wasn't serving my clients, and it wasn't serving me being able to reach more people with the angels. And so I had to let go of that story about myself. And when I let go of that story, my whole life elevated, and so did my services, and so did my ability to reach people, and my clients benefited from that. So you see how we tell ourselves stories that keep us stuck, that we believe are real, but they're not real, they're not true at all. And there's always someone that will back up that story for you, right? There'll always be some naysayer who says, oh yeah, you know, tells you something nasty about yourself, oh, you're not very spiritual, or things like that, that totally reflect your fears, because your fears aren't as private as you think they are. They're like little radio waves going out from you, and people pick up on them. and they might not fully understand them, but they pick up on them, and that repels them, or it attracts the wrong kind of person. So you've got to get rid of that fear. Get rid of that fear. All right, my lovelies. So I am going on to Instagram in a while to do this again. I'll pull a couple of different cards this time. I'd love you to come to the special event of the Lionsgate Angelic Activation, which I will put in the comments for you right now. It's giving me a funny... Talking of my energy interfering with things, you know, when you're rushing, nothing works with technology. There you go. The link for the Lionsgate activation on the 5th, and that's just 3 days before the Lionsgate peak. So I want you to bring your manifestations to that event. I want you to be in a heightened, I'm going to get you to a heightened state so that you can connect with the angels and receive your guidance for your Lightworker mission, and also for your what you want to manifest right now. So thanks so much for being here. Lots of love, and I will see you through the week, and next Monday for Angel Monday. Thank you.